Okay, somebody asked how it does in low light for autofocus tracking during video. So I have the camera set the same way, other than I'm at, this should be a nostalgic negative for the film simulation. Also, it's 4K 60 again, auto ISO is on. There's a warning that I read in the camera that, you know, in the manual also, I think you have to keep the shutter speed at or above the frame rate, which is 60 frames a second for this particular, you know, 4K shooting here. So I was planning on just using manual exposure, turning off auto ISO, making it a little bit darker, but because of that warning, I just went ahead and made it a little easier. It's 7 o'clock now. Where's 1900? Sunset is at 1907 or 7 p.m. Just looking, I can see the boxes on my eyes right now, the face tracking, the eye detect autofocus. But as I get further away, I can't see it, of course. So I'm about 20 feet from the camera. The camera is set, or the lens is set to f4. This is the 16 to 80 millimeter lens, and it's set to 35 millimeter. So sort of a 50 millimeter field of view on full frame. And this is, what was I going to say? Oh, I have the, is it the sensitivity? I think set to 0, which is the least sticky, and the tracking speed, or the focus speed, set to +5, so the quickest focus changes. So if I drop out of the frame, it should quickly refocus on something else. So I'm probably about 8 feet from the camera now. You just walk on back, and if I had a wider aperture lens, then it'd be a lot more easy to see when I'm in focus versus the background or something else. I'm probably about 35 feet or so from the camera right now. So anyway, I've only got f4 on this, but zooming it out a little helps. Actually, I could, let's take it all the way out. So, it's 80, so that'd be like 120. So, now I'm a little too, the camera's, to get me in the frame, I have to kind of walk like a duck walk. Look pretty silly. All right, and it's starting to get kind of dark now. I'm not sure what, you know, the auto ISO, of course, is going to try to keep the exposure up a little, and I do have it set to -1. Now it's at 50 millimeter, it'll be about 75 millimeter full frame equivalent. I do have exposure compensation set to -1. It looks like that tree back there, right there, sometimes gets picked up as a body. Like right now, it looks like the little vertical rectangle was around that trunk, as if it recognized it as a person or something. .703 now, or 1903. Again, sunset is in 4 minutes, and the sun is already well behind the trees. I mean, there's no sun shining on me, obviously. I'm in the shade. The sun was over on the other side. I think it's about enough. So this is getting a little dim, and again, the exposure for the camera is going to try to keep me exposed a little better in the whole scene. But truly, it is darker than it appears on there. But the whole point of this was to see how it focus tracks focus when it's lower light, which is why I'm going in and out of frame, just to see what it looks like. All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop that, so we don't need to carry this on for too long. All right, thanks for watching.